I'm audible to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
For today's class, it is going to be regarding mandibular major connectors. Last class, you heard regarding maxillary major connectors. What are the various maxillary major connectors? Can someone of you answer? What are the maxillary major connectors?
Single palatal strap, anterior and
Mm,
posterior palatal strap,
mm,
palatal plate,
mm,
U-shaped palatal connector, mm,
mm,
single palatal bar and anterior posterior palatal bar.
mm. Next, the last, complete palate. So now for the mandibular major connectors, when we see regarding some special structural requirements, just like we have heard regarding the major connectors, the requirements. See, for the mandibular major connector, we need to first evaluate the floor of the mouth. To what extent from the gingival margin of the tooth to the free movable margin of the floor of the mouth. So based upon that, we are going to design our major connector. And this major connector, because it is going to be long, relatively narrow, because it is going to start from one side of the arch to the other side, is going to be long and narrow. So the most important thing is the rigidity of the major connector. So for that, to maintain sufficient amount of, it should be rigid without being excessively bulky. So the shape of the major connector should be about half pear shaped or a full pear shape without the interference to the adjacent structures. And also placement of this major connector. See, as this picture depicts, the placement of the major connector is supposed to be at least 3 to 4 mm away from the gingival margin of the tooth. And the length of this major connector is going to be about 4 to 5 mm. So a total of about 9 to 10 mm has to be maintained, has to be present, the distance from the gingival margin to the floor of the mouth, so that we can place the labial bar about 3 to 4 mm away from the gingival margin. And also there should be sufficient amount of space between the gingival tissues and the major connector. There should be some amount of relief space. Otherwise, when there is a rotation of the process is taking place, see there's a major connector will be impinging over the tissues there. So to avoid this, we need to have some amount of relief placed. Now the mandibular major connectors. We have already heard this regarding this. There are 6 types of mandibular major connectors. They're the lingual bar, the lingual plate, sublingual bar,